Hey guys, it's McRooster here. It's been a while. I've been busy with work and everything like that, so I haven't really had time to do a Rek'Sai video. I was supposed to do one on like the same day she was released, but I guess it's too late to do a first impression video. So at least I'll try and I'll do this Rek'Sai video on my thoughts, or whether or not you should buy this champion, what I think of her, whether or not she's going to be strong. First of all, Rek'Sai, she's basically an AD jungler. I thought that she was going to be more like a breezer kind, but I didn't find her to be very tanky. I mean, she only has one heal ability. That's when you burrow and it uses up your fury and it heals you. I was a bit deceived by this champion. I honestly thought she was going to be a tanky fighter, but she's seems to me more of like AD fighter, like assassin style. Which confuses me because she doesn't really have any assassin-like abilities. I mean, sure, you can go underground where everyone else can see you. It's not like you go invisible or off the map or anything. Like, everyone can still see you when you're burrowed. I thought like at least it would remove your health bar if you're out of combat, so you can kind of sneak up to people if they're not paying attention. But yeah, honestly, I was a bit deceived by this champion. Not that this champion's terrible, but I wouldn't say Rek'Sai is that great either. So I'll just stop rambling and just go on to the abilities. Her first ability, I'll go first of all onto her unburrowed abilities. So her unburrowed ability, her Q, it basically kind of like a ravenous hydra that doesn't. It's basically it hits everything around you and it gives you extra damage for the next 3 attacks. The skill is really good for like wave clearing and everything. It's really good farming skill, and it's nice because it gives you a bit of extra damage, I suppose. But yeah, it's a pretty basic ability, nothing really special, to be honest. I didn't find it to be that particularly great. Her next ability is Burrow, which, well, it burrows and unburrows Rek'Sai. When she's unburrowed, she can obviously see everything around her and use, normal abilities and auto attacks. But when she's underground, you're blind. All you can see is wards, towers, allied champions, minions, and stuff like that. But you basically lose your own vision. So if you're by yourself, you can't see anything until you put a ward down. But in compensation to this, you're able to see everyone's footsteps. This includes like minions, monsters, champions, etc. So that's a pretty interesting mechanic. I kind of liked it. I found it was actually really fun when you're chasing people in the jungle. They basically can't juke you out if you're burrowed. It also gives you more move speed, I think. And if you have Fury, this champion is also a Fury champion, if I didn't mention so before. You heal yourself when you're burrowed if you have Fury. And it's a pretty nice heal. I found it was really handy to just top up on health when you're going from camp to camp in the jungle. So I'll go on to her next ability. Unburrowed is basically a bite. Pretty basic. It's got a high cooldown and it deals double damage and true damage if you have full Fury. So it's a potential, big. It could potentially take a big chunk of health out. I didn't find the bite to be that great, even when I had a lot of Fury and it did the double true damage. It honestly wasn't that great. Maybe it's just me. I just didn't find the damage to be that great, to be honest. Next is her ultimate. Passively, it gives her attack speed, and so the active ability, what she does is she screams and she basically digs to one of her tunnels that she makes. I'm pretty sure you guys already know what the tunnels are, which I'll explain in just a second. Tunnel is her E ability when you're burrowed. It basically just creates a tunnel, and you can right click one of those tunnels. Now they do have a cooldown of how many times you can use them, but you can right click a tunnel and Rek'Sai will burrow under it and go out from the other side. So it's a pretty cool ability. I actually really liked it. It's really unique. People can also step on them to destroy them, which is pretty cool as well, but annoying at the same time. So I honestly, I really like this mechanic with the tunnels and everything. It's like you could just You can use it anywhere as well, like as long as it's off cooldown, you can just use it, you can tunnel anywhere. You can use it as like a gap closer, or you can use it to just escape, or whatever, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, her ultimate, basically what you do is you channel for a second, and you just charge toward any of your tunnels that you made globally. Now she does let off like with Cyan's ultimate, he makes that noise, or that, you know, that there's like a noise made. But with Rek'Sai, she lets out a scream, everyone can hear it, and she just charges towards it. Now, it's kind of like TF ulti, except for the fact that it gets interrupted if you take damage by anything. Like, you can't just use it as an escape ability just to get out of sticky situations. You have to channel it for 1.5 seconds and not take any damage at all, or else it will cancel. So that's a bit annoying, but I guess it's pretty useful for like just, you know, switching to lanes or whatever. It also has a really high cooldown as well. I feel as though the cooldown for her ultimate is a bit high. It may need a bit of tweaking there in my opinion, but obviously if people, you know, if Riot finds that this champion isn't strong enough, they'll simply just buff her. And what was her first ability? I forgot to mention one of them. Her skill shot ability when she's underground, the Q. That ability it's really lackluster. I was hoping for like a slow on this ability, but it doesn't even give you that. All it does is it just does damage and reveals them. That's pretty much it. I mean, it does have it's a really long skill shot, but yeah, it's just it's honestly not that good in my opinion. It needs some sort of slow or something at least to make it more useful. But yeah, I honestly think that this Rek'Sai, she was just such a deceiving champion. I think she could have been a bit better. That's just my opinion at least. I've only played like 3 to 4 games with her so far. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just think she could be a bit better. But yeah, she is really fun though. I really like the mechanics they gave her, like the burrowing, the underground, the tunnels and everything. I think those are really cool. But yeah, I just think that she could be a bit weaker. I'd probably wait a bit. Maybe Riot will buff her. I'm not too sure, but we'll see what happens. Anyways guys, please give out your thoughts. Just remember that this is just my opinion. You know, I'm not like a professional player or everything. So if you guys have your thoughts on her, please let me know. Any builds or anything, let me know, because I've been building her basically like AD. I haven't been doing tanky or anything like that. But other than that guys, yeah, have a great day.